Hi, it's Pete Cohen here and welcome to episode 152 of the My365 podcast series. Today's podcast is called Your Life is Your Message. Your life is your message, and in this podcast today, I'm going to tell you what the meaning of life is. No, of course I'm not going to tell you what the meaning of life is because my meaning might be completely different to yours. And one of the things I've learned on this journey of life is there's only one way, and that's your way. And it's up to you to find out really what your life is about, what's important to you, what's the meaning of your life. It's the meaning that you give it. And in this podcast today, I want to inspire you to go confidently forwards in your life, knowing that maybe there is something incredibly unique about you. And maybe there's something that you were put on this earth to do. So get ready for another inspirational podcast of episode 152 of the My365 podcast series. Hi, it's Pete Cohen. Welcome to episode 152. Today's podcast today is called Your Life is Your Message. Your life is your message. Now, those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you will see behind you a poster that says, "A great life doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design." Let me say that again. A great life doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. Now, what does that mean? I think it means exactly what it says. If you want a wonderful, great life to happen, it's very unlikely that it's just going to happen for you. It's going to happen by design. What does that mean? Well, personally for me, it means you deciding to design something that you want to move forwards to. We know from all of these podcasts that there are a few messages which come through all of them. And one of them is regarding the guy that won the Nobel Prize in 1937, who said every living thing lives to express itself fully, that within every cell there's an infinite capacity for that cell to express itself as fully as it possibly can. But isn't it weird how we often need intellectual people to tell us this, where the Native American Indians, people that perhaps didn't have the education that many of us have had at universities or have read thousands of books, it's just the knowing. Look around you, everything exists. Things fall from trees to grow, but they might not become a tree because of, well, who knows what might happen. It might land on stony ground, it might get blown away, a bird might eat it. But with human beings, it's really about our decisions. It's the decisions that we make that guide our lives. And today I want to talk to you about, well, what are the decisions that you make? Many of the decisions that we make are based on previous decisions. Based on what we saw around us, what our parents did. You know, right now, I'm writing a new book called Inspirators. It's all about leadership, inspiring leaders. And I asked my mum this morning to read one of the chapters. And she read it. And I asked her for her feedback. And she said she got quite sad. She cried. Because in the book, we talk about how once upon a time, anything was possible. Once upon a time, you could do anything. All you wanted to do was explore, and all you wanted to do was grow and be happy. And then you went to school. Then you became conscious. You became much more aware. You allowed ideas to come into your mind, and you kind of got lost. Part of you just got lost. It's still there, but because we feel lost, we look outside ourselves for the answer, when really, you're the answer. You have all the answers. That's not to say we don't need help. I often think one of the main reasons we need coaching is to help a coach or a community of like-minded people help to bring out the best in us. And that's why I believe we have the #1 coaching opportunity in the world with My365 Elite. But look, I'm not here to talk to you about that. I'm here to talk about your life as your message. And as a child, this is something I want all of you to start thinking about, become more aware. When you were a child, what is it that you did that when you did it, you felt most alive? When you were a child, what is it that you maybe wanted to do when you grew up? Now, a lot of people often said, oh, I wanted to be a footballer, or I wanted to be a fireman, and I always think, when children say that, obviously to encourage them, but also to find out what is it about that career that makes them want to do it. Maybe they just see it as fun, or I don't know. For me as a child, what did I want to do? All I wanted to do was be on stage. I just wanted to act. I loved being on stage, and I really got into acting, and I loved improvising. I loved it when we did drama lessons and the drama teacher would say something like, okay, imagine you're on a ship and all of a sudden someone comes up to you and tells you that you've only got 2 hours to live, and you've got to act it out and go with your instincts and go with your imagination. But I also loved just acting in plays, and sometimes I got a lead role, or next to a lead role, what's that? Whatever they call that. And I really struggle with learning lines. I have a brain that some people call a dyslexic brain. I struggle to take information in. I struggle with numbers, but maybe I should stop telling myself I struggle with it. I don't enjoy it. But I had a real problem learning lines, and in many cases the director would just say after a few weeks, listen, it's not working out here. You're not learning this. So they'd give the part to somebody else, and I'd take a smaller part. I was devastated, and that happened numerous times, but always I still wanted to act. And it was only when I kind of stumbled across getting in front of people on stage and speaking, because that's really one of the main things I do, at the heart of what I do. Yes, I'm a coach, but I love to get up on stage and speak. Recently I spoke at one of the most incredible theatres, Sadler's Wells, in London, and spoke to hundreds of people, and I feel most alive. I feel my message is to inspire people. So when we find out when kids say that they want to do something, what is it about that? Now, all of you use your imagination. We all have one. We don't often use them particularly well, but anyway, that's because we're not perfect, and we're frightened to dream, and we're frightened to think about what we're here to do, and we're frightened to realize that we are great, we are amazing, but your life is your message. So imagine right now you're on a beach and it's white sand, and you can see a glass bottle just in the distance, and it's starting to wash up towards you, and it's getting closer and closer, and you pick up the bottle, and in the bottle there is a piece of paper. By the way, those of you that listen to this, I do have a bottle here. And you take out the piece of paper, and you know that on this piece of paper is a message that is for you, telling you what the meaning of your life is. What is your message and what you are here to do? Pete, this is a bit heavy. Now listen, if you don't know, that's okay. You do know, but the answer is not revealing itself to you, but it will, especially if you keep asking yourself the question. The meaning of life, or the message of life, is the message that you're giving life. So showing up every day, what are you giving to the world? What I have seen from having worked with so many people from so many different walks of life is that people who have a message or a meaning that is impactful to themselves, it's because they're often going out of their way to help and inspire others, to give to the others. The only reason you're here today is because people have fed into you. People have supported each other to support you in your life. And I think we're all just looking in the wrong place. We're looking for the world to give us something, for us to feel good about ourselves, and maybe that's the message. The message that we're giving is that we want the world to make us better. We want people to tell us we're good enough. We want the world to recognize us. And I don't believe that that is a life of fulfillment. I think the greatest fulfillment in life is when you truly recognize yourself, and you recognize that you do have unique gifts and talents that only you can do. Think about this for a moment. How many of you are a father, or a mother, or a daughter, or a friend? You are the only person that can do that in the unique way in which you can do it. Let me say that again. You're the only person that could do that in the way that you can do it. No one else can do it the way that you can, because they're not you. That's part of your uniqueness, and maybe part of the meaning of your life, the message of your life is to do those things as best as you can. But what else? What else do you think that you were put on this earth to do? To be kind, to be loving? And if you really want to get your head around this, there's something I can seriously recommend. There are many people that work in this field of personal development, and one of them I absolutely love. There's a few, but one of them is Martin Seligman. Go and Google him and go and do his Strength and Character Finder. It's a questionnaire. It will take you maybe 20-25 minutes to do. What's brilliant about this is it shows you what your core values are, your key virtues. What that means is it's your signature. It's like what drives you. And I love this because it didn't tell me anything that I didn't know, but it just reinforced what I probably wanted to know. See, my key virtues are fairness. I live for fairness. My second one is humor. I love a laugh. I love humor. I love making fun of people that I love in a nice way. My third virtue is kindness. My fourth is perspective. I love to give people a different perspective. My fifth is creativity. And my sixth is zest, energy. And just go and Google it, Strength and Character Finder, Martin Seligman. Go through that and look at what your key values are. Because when you look at your values, I believe the easiest way to attach the message of your life is through what you value. Does that make sense? None of this is complicated. If we don't do this, I think we're destined to live a life where we're just unfulfilled. We're chasing things that maybe make us happy temporarily rather than decide what your values are and stand for those values every single day. So my message is to inspire the world, to inspire people to be better than their best every single day. How do I do that? Through fairness, through being fair with people and talking about and giving everyone a fair chance. Everyone's got an equal chance. That's really important to me. Doing it in a fun, enlightening way. Then looking to be kind and considerate. Always looking to give people a different perspective of something so they go, oh, I never thought of it like that. A great life doesn't happen by chance, it happens by design. Never thought of it like that. How am I designing my life? Ooh. Then to be creative with the way, and that's a lot of the way we coach people. We do it in a creative way so people can be creative. Because if you're not creative, guess what happens? You're reactive. And always to do it in a way full of energy and full of fun and humor and all of these things that make up my mix of life. Now, I've worked hard to find the meaning of my life because for many years I was lost, and I think that's what many of us are, but you don't have to be lost. I really hope that you've taken something positive away from this podcast. Your life is your message. What is the message that you want to give the world? Go to work on this. Be curious about it. Ask other people. Go and Google Martin Seligman Strength and Character Finder. Go through that and share with us. I'd love to know, what are your top 6 virtues? It's free and it's not the answer, but I believe it could definitely help. If you want to find out about the #1 coaching opportunity in the world that we provide, go to mi365elite.me. That's mi365elite.me and go and see what coaching can do for you. Thank you so much for watching. Your life is your message. I believe in you, and have a happy, beautiful day.